I'd like to call the January 18th, 2022 Board of County Commissioners meeting to order. Please stand for the pledge. Can we take roll call now? All right, let's do it.
Barry,
Here.
Steve,
Here.
Bo,
Here.
David,
Here.
We have a quorum. We'll proceed. Consent agenda, what are the wishes?
Move to approve.
We have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please, Beth.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
David.
Yes.
Motion carried. We'll jump right into new business. I see Penny's here, so do you want to wait till 8:30? Do you have people coming, or are you good to start? Is this the crew? Let's go ahead and jump right into that then. When you come up, just make sure you say your name for the record.
Okay, I brought a couple of my board members with me today, Robert Blanton and Tara Blanton. And Robert's, we just have a short presentation here of the Coyote Clay Target League future plans for our future range being built out at Painted Wood Sporting Range. So I'll let Robert go ahead. I believe you've all been given a handout on this. Is that correct? Okay, okay. So
on behalf of the CCTL, we really appreciate the opportunity to present something that's been a passion of ours for several years now. I would like also to state for the record that the one on the screen is misformatted, so I usually do better presentations than that, but I think when I emailed it over to Lindsay, it kind of got a little bit disheveled. So as Penny said, she is our head coach, and I'm going to go over the just a quick agenda, just the overview of what the Clay Target League is, our board of directors, where we're at right now, the schools that we represent, and then our range build that we are currently in the process of. So as an overview of the Clay Target League, our governing authority of the CCTL in which we shoot under is the USA Clay Target League. They started in Minnesota in 2008 as the fastest growing sport in the country. Jim Sable was the creator of it. He started with 3 teams and 30 kids by the end of 2019. He had expanded to 25 states, 1,000 kids and 1,000 teams and about 33,000 participants. It is the safest sport in the country, one in which we are proud to say that it's had 0 injuries at the conclusion of the last season. We are also an extremely inclusive sport. Our team specifically has had shooters with asthma, shooters in wheelchairs, and we currently have an athlete with muscular dystrophy who shoots 2 of our 3 disciplines and is actually being worked with right now to be able to shoot all 3 of our disciplines. It is a multi-discipline sport. We have 5 stands, sporting clays, skeet, and trap. And we currently participate in 3 of the 4 disciplines, but with this range build, we are hoping to add skeet, which would then give us all 4 of the disciplines. For the Coyote Clay Target League in specific, we started in the spring of 2018 with 34 athletes shooting trap only. Last season, we fielded 125 individual athletes participating in trap, sporting clays, and 5-stand. We were recently declared as the largest team in the nation. As of spring of 2021, we placed first of sporting clays, first in 5-stand, and second in trap in our conference. In fall of 2021, we placed first in all of our disciplines that we compete in. In 2021, we had 3 all-state athletes, 7 athletes at the National Clay Target League in the tournament in Mason, Michigan, and we are currently open to all eligible athletes, 6th grade through 12th. So just as an overview for trap, I won't spend a whole lot of time on this, but trap is essentially 5 men on the sporting line with a bird in the middle. The bird will randomly go between 0 and I want to say 43 degrees, but it is very regulated. The process is repeated in which the first shooter will shoot, the second shooter will shoot on down the line, and it's a typewriter effect until all shooters will shoot 5 stations. 25 shots per round, 2 rounds per match, 50 shots total. At all times, there's at least one coach, one puller, and one scorekeeper on hand to monitor activities to stay safe. Sporting clays, the athletes are grouped in 5-man squads. Each squad shoots 10 unique stations, 5 targets per station for a total of 50 shots. After verifying the gun is empty, they go on to the next station. There's at least one coach on hand at all times, and they shoot shotguns that can do 2 shots in succession, unlike trap where they can use a single shot trap gun. 5 stand, there's again five athletes on the line, similar to trap. Each athlete will shoot their prescribed clays as indicated on the menu in front of them. Each stand has their own unique menu. After verifying the gun is empty, they typewriter over, similar to trap. The process is repeated until all athletes have gone through all 5 stations. 25 shots per round, 2 rounds per match, 50 shots total. There's always a coach, a puller, and a scorekeeper on hand, and it is kind of known as the perfect marriage between sporting clays and trap. For the CCTL Board of Directors, our president and head coach, Penny Slagle, to my right, our vice president, Kelly Johnson, treasurer, Jimmy Jones. He's also the range master out at Painted Woods Sporting Range. The secretary, my wife, somewhere behind me, I believe. Myself, Rich Martinez, Mark Peters, and Elizabeth Pitcher are our board members at large. And then, of course, we have our student representative, Peyton Hanson, who is a senior at Williston High School this year. We shoot out of Painted Woods Sporting Range, located 5 miles west on Highway 2 and Highway 85. We are a family-oriented atmosphere. We have full bathrooms in the clubhouse on site and grab-and-go concessions, which all the proceeds benefit CCTL. One of the things that we're very proud of are the schools that we are represented by with the CCTL. We don't just shoot for Williston High School. As you can see there, there's pretty much every single school in the district, or in the area, as well as a little bit out of the area, Ray, and we have multiple homeschooled athletes, 2 of which actually live in eastern Montana and drive over every Wednesday and Sunday, sometimes Saturday, to shoot for us as well. Our master plan, we're looking to build a world-class facility to complement and grow our already nationally recognized team. We have a we're looking to build a clubhouse that is fully ADA compliant with storage facilities, 18 trap houses, 3 skeet ranges, 10 sporting clay ranges, or 10 station sporting clays, which is already in existence. Our 5 stands already in existence, and not pictured here is a 3D archery range that will go on the upper right-hand side of that blueprint that you see. I want to spend a little bit of time here just to kind of discuss the phases that we are looking at. Actually, Lindsay, can you go back one? As we're looking at this map here, the lower left-hand side where you'll see the 7 trap houses is our phase 1. Then when you go down to the left of those 7 trap houses is our phase 2, which is where the clubhouse will go, and we'll go into a little bit more detail with each one of them. And then upper right-hand side where it says future skeet and trap, that is our combo field, which will be phase 3. And then all the way over to the left and up would be our 8 trap houses, which is our phase 4. So phase 1 is trap field 1. As I said before, it is a 7 trap house field. With all in, we would be looking at an estimated total of $344,000. You can see, though, on the estimated cost table that we do have several items that have been fully donated already. The dirt work, the light poles, and the patterning board have been fully donated. We are looking for help in the other areas. Phase 2 is our clubhouse. And again, the gun safe has been fully donated by Realty One Group. Estimated total $334,694. Combo field 1 or combo field for the skeet and trap. This is a combination field in which the trap range and the skeet range are overlaid on each other. Obviously, we wouldn't shoot them both at the same time, but that does give us a lot more mobility. So this would add the 4th discipline for the CCTL that we are currently missing. Total cost for that would be about $225,542 all in. And then phase 4, trap field 2, would be $422,358 all in. The miscellaneous items that we are looking at are shotguns, so that we can have fully customizable shotguns for our shooters of the major gauges that we would shoot so that we can get them not only fitted to a proper shotgun to shoot safely, but also to be able to teach them how to fit themselves to a shotgun. The PPE to make sure that they're doing it safely, and a UTV and a UTV trailer so that we can then transport the clays and equipment all around the range as we need. So all phases in, estimated spend would be about 1.373 million. And below, you can see this is a picture of a fraction of our team. The fellow in the very center is Brian Burrows, an Olympian that got a bronze in this last Olympics. He has done 2 clinics with us now, and we're looking at hopefully doing some in the spring as well to continue forward with that. And with that, I'd like to open it up to any questions that you might have for Penny, myself, or Tara.
Is there any questions from the board?
Have you talked with any of the local, like the Pheasants Forever and the Rocky Mountain, all the local groups around here?
Yes, sir. I'm actually on the board for Pheasants Forever as well. And Pheasants Forever has been a major donor for us, as well as American Legion. We have several of the local establishments that have been major donors for us. A couple of them are listed in the bid pages where it says fully donated. They've been huge partners in the endeavor.
We've also written grants through the North Dakota Game and Fish. They have a range grant. So we have definitely looked at several other avenues of raising money. It's not that we expect everything funded. The grant for the North Dakota Game and Fish should be coming through in February, and that would fund us for throwers and voice callers for the 7 stations. We have gotten, like he said, the American Legion has been very generous to us, Rocky Mountain Elk, Mule Deer Foundation, Pheasants Forever, United Sportsmen, and you know, there's other grants that we are in the process of writing as well, that we're hoping to get funds from. So we've researched many different avenues of getting money, and that type of a thing. Very happy to announce that Williston State College is adding TRAP in the fall of 2022. In fact, after this meeting, I meet with the foundation, and we present the same thing to the WSC Foundation, which I think is very exciting. Our athletes now have an avenue to transfer from high school right into college and continue their shooting sports. So we're just really excited with an opportunity to build a facility. Painted Woods did not have any trap facilities, so we're at dirt level, where we really have nothing. We set the throwers on the ground, and we stood on pavers the last 2 seasons. And being the largest team in the nation, I think now is when we really have to push to get the facility that these athletes deserve.
Question, if I may, Mr. Chairman, too. Robert, of the 1.37 million, is any of that collected already or committed?
As Penny said, we do have a couple of grants out there that are committed to certain areas of the bid. However, since they have not been granted yet, we didn't include it in the presentation, such as for throwers and that kind of thing. So right now, we're sitting at right around $200,000 or so if all the grants are committed or actually granted to us. But again, those aren't necessarily guaranteed just yet.
We did receive a grant from the city for $50,000, a matching grant that we have matched. They did give us a grant when we left the city limits and moved out to Painted Wood. They did offer us a $50,000 grant, and that was a matching, so we have matched that.
Is that through the Star Fund, Penny?
I believe, yeah.
So do you folks have a agreement with Painted Woods then, being you're putting all this money into it and they own the property, or?
We have a lease on the property. We have a 20-year lease with Painted Woods for this property to make these improvements.
So my final question is, what are you asking from Williams County?
I'll let Penny answer that. She's
Yeah,
better at asking for things.
I just think this is, with things the way education are, and this is one thing that has been so positive. Not only in the state of North Dakota are we getting positive vibes from, but nationwide. And I had the Pull magazine, which is a USA Clay Target magazine, call me and want to do an article on our scenario, having to leave the city limits. We're the largest in the nation, and now we're at ground level. We do have the ground level, so we are prepared to pour the cement the next step. But with this being so positive and so many kids involved, and it's only going to grow, and that type of a thing, I just think it's a win-win situation for our kids. I know the other things that are happening in Williston for our youth, the swimming pool, which is outstanding for our youth, that's going to be, that people are working on. And this is just one other thing that we can, it's the safest sport in the country. It's the fastest growing sport in the country, and we're just very fortunate to have the athletes that we do have that bring us this positive recognition. So the amount of money, I guess you see what our plan is, what the other grants are going to bring in. You know, I really have no idea. We've been turned down on a few that you know, that we weren't ready for as of yet. But I guess any financial help that we could get from the county, we are located in the county, and anything that would help us build this dream, and it's a huge dream, all the facilities. And the reason we're dreaming so big is because we'd like to host a state tournament, and that's going to bring in thousands of people. That has like 3,000 athletes in June in Horace, North Dakota, and they have, I think, 13 houses, where we would be over and above that to host ATA tournaments to bring people into the city. The North Dakota High School Activities Rodeo Association has contacted us in regards to hosting tournaments also for them. Possible have a league within the city in the spring and the fall. So, you know, it doesn't just land on the CCTL, our athletes, but this is also for the community. And with hopes and dreams of expanding enough to
So Penny, when you say community, I guess, Mr. Chairman and members of the board, you guys all know we have a fiduciary responsibility to all of Williams County. Is there a benefit with this project to, say, the Rays, the Tiogas, the Granoras, the Trenton? I see you have Trenton listed, I think it was, schools and kids from those programs or schools?
absolutely. The athletes from other schools, since your school does not have a Clay Target League, you can join the nearest one. We have athletes from Ray and have, since we started in 2018, athletes from Trenton, Watford City, Alexander. Granora, I guess, they started a league, but they haven't really started it yet, I guess. And also from Crane, Montana. And so absolutely this would serve our entire community, and we're going to try make a push to these other schools to get more students involved from the area communities.
Does anybody else have any questions for the presenters? I have one question, and it's probably premature, and it's for Karen more than anything. And I don't know if you've had time to research this. I know it kind of popped up late on the agenda. Karen, did you get a chance to look at all of it or not? She'll need to step up to that mic.
Oh, okay.
I'm just asking about the legalities of it, so you might not want to leave quite yet.
Yep. Well, generally, the Board of County Commissioners can't really grant money to private entities really unless there's a statute out there that says that you can. For example, we can do it to like the senior citizens, a private entity, because the statute says. In this case, there really isn't a statute that says that we can give money to something like the Clay League. Really, the only way you'd be able to grant money to them is through another public entity like a school district, really. And that would have to be through that joint powers agreement, really. So that's really the only way you would be able to do that at this point, really.
I knew you
So,
were gonna bring up a joint powers
I
agreement
figured
at
that,
some
so,
point.
yeah,
and
it's
We
my
can't get
favorite
through a
word.
meeting without,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. So anyway.
Okay, so that answers the question, so it makes it pretty tough.
Well, you guys are, I don't know what the right word is, Karen, help me here, an entity or whatever of Williston Public Schools?
Yes.
Or Williams County, whatever
Yes,
you, District
we,
7?
we are, I mean, we are under the Coyote Booster Club for the 501c3. We're currently working on our own. Right now, we are under them, but we are considered Williston High School. We're through eligibility. We're listed as their activity through the public school district. So, and all of our publicity pretty much is the Coyote Clay Target League, but Williston High School, Williston Public School District, I guess, since we govern the middle school as well. So I don't know, I guess I don't know all the legalities, but this is under the education. Other grants that I've written has been under education, under Williston High School, so.
Are there any other questions for these guys, or are we ready to turn it over to the board and have a little discussion and make a decision, or, or do you want to keep them up if you have more questions? It looks like you guys have given us everything, so we'll appreciate you coming in, talking to us. We'll turn it over to the board and see where we want to go.
Thank you. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Mr. Chairman, I'm going to make a motion that we refer this to the Finance Committee and let them do it, and then Karen can do some more research in between. And then the committee can come back to this board with a recommendation or whatever.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Well, I was just looking through there, there's the Williston, now I put it away, I can't remember what it was called again. The Williston County Visitors Promotion Fund. If this is something that they can get together and actually pull in state or national tournaments, that's quite a bit of visitors, so that'd be a good place for some, I guess.
Okay, well, we have a motion to turn it to finance and have them come back. If there isn't any further discussion, we'll take a roll call vote.
Just an FYI, if I may, before we, Mr. Chairman, that committee, I believe, is meeting. Karen, I think we have or Helen, I believe we have a meeting this Thursday, so.
Okay, we'll take a vote, Beth.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Barry.
Yes.
Motion carried. Okay, let's move on. We have department heads, facilities. First on the list.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
So I have just one item on the agenda this morning is to add handicap door push buttons, basically to open the doors for the assessor's office and the treasurer's office. You can see the quotes in front of you. I'm just looking for approval and then chairman to sign. The doors are real heavy. That's kind of where this came about. The assessor's office asked me if there was something we could do to aid in getting the doors just open, because they have people that come in and have trouble with wheelchairs and elderly people that can't open the door. And so this is the solution I came up with, is to put ADA push buttons on to open the doors.
Perfect. I'll make a motion to accept the bid and authorize the chairman to sign.
Second.
Any discussion with it? Roll call, please, Beth.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
That was quick and easy, Keith. Well, Dennis, can you be that quick and easy for us today? Oh, he pointed. He's even easier. I like it. Hi, Wayne.
Hi, how you doing? I'm Wayne Crowe, County Engineer. During the course of doing a subdivision, the Barclay Family Trust found errors in the County Road 8 easements, and we've since rewritten and resurveyed the easements and created new easements. But this request is to release the old ones so that the new ones can be recorded.
Motion to approve, Mr. Chairman.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and second. Any discussion? No discussion? Roll call, please.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey.
Yes, motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you. Karen, up to you.
Yep, thank you. Yep, back in December, you agreed to sell the last piece of tax foreclosure property to the city of Tioga for $1. And so it's coming, the paperwork's coming to you now because we had to hold on to it for 3 months in order to give them marketable title. And so what you should have the quitclaim deed, the affidavit of marketable record title, and then also the cancellation of the specials, the taxes, penalties, and interest. And so I'm just asking for a motion approving all of those things and authorize the chairman to sign, please. And also, just as a FYI, I will be notifying that taxing entities that they won't be getting their portions of these taxes, so.
All right, I think you have the information in front of you. Is there a motion?
So move.
How about a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, please.
David,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes,
Bo,
Yes.
motion carried.
Thank you.
Hoofda, it's just cruising. Helen, we're up to you. Unless I missed somebody. Did I miss something here? Way too easy, huh? Something's got to happen.
I have two positions in the sheriff's office that we're seeking to have filled, both are patrol deputies.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes,
Bo,
Yes.
David.
Yes.
motion carried.
And then you remember that we are members of the Northwest Coordinated Regional Interoperability Board, or CRIB. And we had previously appointed the Derek Walker, who was the director of UMRDC. We have a new director, Tim Hagan, and so we do need this board to appoint Tim Hagan as our delegate, is the term. And Verlin Quandy, our sheriff, has been the alternate and agreed to continue as the alternate. So I need a motion from this board to appoint Tim Hagan, and it would be through the term that ends 6/30 of 2023.
And Tim is a great one to appoint to this, just the simply fact that he came from these guys before he came to us. He's worked with them all, so it's a great move, I think. Is there a motion?
I would make a motion to appoint Tim Hagan to the position of
Delegate.
delegate to CRIB.
Do we need to add that? No?
You don't.
Verlin's already the
That's right.
okay. Is there a second to? Motion and second, any discussion? Vote, roll call.
Steve,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
David,
Yes.
Barry.
Yes.
Motion carried.
That's all I have.
That's it?
I could,
All right, so did we miss anybody? Did we miss anything? Karen, are you sure we did this right? All right, well, that's going to be it for the meeting. Park Board is at 9:30.